This is hardcore Deepwoken, a challenge filled with lots of grinding, risk, and adventures. The rules are simple. Like last time, we need to earn these 3 badges within 7 days. All the modifiers are on with the exception of Valve Thorns, but with a twist. I cannot use a weapon nor mantras to help keep me alive. That means no blocking, parrying, or fighting, and I only have 1 life this time, meaning if I wipe, the video's done. Now, with all that being said, I ask you this. Will I survive these 7 days in hardcore Deepwoken? It's time to find out as we begin our day 1, in which I started with a great game plan. Grab my training gear, because I'm not broke this time, and head straight to the next luminant. In the next luminant, I decided to head to Song Seeker. We needed to get the bomb recipe. I forgot what it's called. But for this next scene, I was not supposed to use a weapon, but we're gonna ignore all of this. This never happened. What you're seeing on your screen right now, this was literally a different account. And obviously with the new acquired bomb recipes, which, you know, are linked to each slot that I have. Shut up, I know you're typing right now, so go ahead and delete it. I don't hear nothing. And with the new acquired bomb recipes, I decided to go mining. And I mined for at least 20-30 minutes. And with that being said, I thought this was a great time to announce that you should subscribe because, you know, I release these every week or 2. So if you want to see more of this, go ahead and subscribe while I, you know, mine my life away for, you know, another 20 minutes. Now, after mining 20 more minutes, I realized something very important. I don't have money. And if I get money, I could, you know, buy more iron and coal. So I did what any smart Deepwoken player, we don't have a lot of those, but I did what any smart Deepwoken player would have done. I decided to go fishing. We don't have a lot of those. Yes, fishing. That was the smartest thing I had in my mind. Now granted, I didn't know how to fish at first, but once I got the hang of it, I was catching fish left and right. Until I realized I had to sell it, and I didn't earn as much as I wanted to. I gave up on fishing, which led me to another brilliant idea. Go to Etris and pick up shrooms for the rest of my life. And with mushrooms come potions. What kind of potions? Well, damaging potions, because mainly I would do PvE. And with this newfound knowledge, I decided to grind shrooms to make more potions. And now that I had enough potions to defend myself, I decided to go to vigils to get reds for an extra healing factor. Quick note though, these do not work at all. So all this work you're seeing on the screen was basically for nothing. Anyways, after making quick work of that, I decided to go to Resourceful, where I almost get jumped by NPCs. Oh my gosh! But I was saved by a player who instead jumped me with his friend, of course. But you know, I crossed his ankles multiple times, but I unfortunately got really unlucky, lost my footing, and ultimately got sent to the depths. So lame, bro. But you know me, since I am the best Deepwoken player to ever live, I quickly got out of the depths. Pretty easy place to escape, if you ask me, and I got right back to shroom grinding again. And since potency increases with intelligence, I decided to make quick work with adding points to intelligence to increase my potency. And while we're here, I just want to say, grinding these shrooms and points took so much time. I needed a better method besides grinding shrooms and making potions for an hour. But I ended up with so many potions, which genuinely was actually a mistake. Even though I just said all that, I needed more bombs, so I decided to grind Song Seeker once again. I grinded a full 40 minutes worth of iron and coal for a grand total of 32 bombs. It is very awful, by the way. So I went back to the Etrian Luminant where I get ganked by a max level player, who then wanted me to bring my guild, but I'm not about that Deepwoken beef. I'm only here to record this video. But now that I have to skip the depths, I decided to call a friend to help me out, because fighting a Sharko with 32 bombs is not the way to go. I think I would honestly die. And you, the one in the comments right now, typing, talking about some, you know, you're being carried. I know who you are. I know where you live. I can't even use a weapon, but in real life, we're gonna have a nice discussion about Deepwoken. So now, after escaping the depths, I spawned at Vigils, and I immediately sailed to Resourceful again to try to get some EXP, and decided to fight some bandits to see how well these potions were. Even though I did end up close to dying, I still managed to win. Afterwards, I had a really smart idea. It was to ask a friend to support me with getting an oath. And since I didn't want to continuously grinding shrooms for potions, I decided to go with Salt Chemist. So then, I headed to the next luminant to meet my friend who was going to semi-carry me to get Salt Chemist. So, as my friend beat me up so we can glide across the sea into Starswept, we started to get to work fast. After healing, we decided to go to Widow's Cave. But before that, my friend got jumped by a player. And me, as a freshie with no weapon, I couldn't do anything. But I think I handled it pretty well by begging for them to be spared. After struggling a little bit with climbing, we made it to the top of the cave. Obviously, before that, I had to get some iron and coal. Afterwards, we officially started the Salt Chemist progression, who gave me the quest for a speed potion. So to speed things up, we first went to the Celestial to get blood, then sold some things, got a glowy flower from this area that shall not be named, then to Great Hive to hopefully get 2 Pomars from a Hive mech, because Pomars did not spawn on trees during this winter season. And after some struggling on her part, we finally got both of them to make the speed potion that the Oath trainer asked for. Then we went back to the trainer, gave the potion, and then we went to Star Swept to get Stardust. By the way, I don't know anything about Salt Chemist. My friend told me to get all these things, so basically this is all new to me. Afterward, we boated our way to Boatman's Watch to finally obtain the potion valve, the things on my arm. And after putting my potions of choice and then knocking my friend, I decided to reset to finally head back to the Etrian Luminate, where we decided to do Duke. If I was gonna get level 20, I had to do this. Duke was a boss not made for people without weapons. Fortunately though, the first run I survived. But we escaped the depths, of course. But now, in a situation where I didn't do enough damage to do Duke beforehand, I decided that I needed to uncap intelligence. So we decided to do the quest to unlock my intelligence, which was a simple puzzle at Birdcage, and heading into this creepy area that I've never seen to eat blue shroomies. They get me high, of course, because I was hearing some things, I swear. After the edibles, cotton candy, I had a better idea, which was to mine iron and coal like peasants, to hopefully get enough to cheese Primadon. So after an easy session of mining, I had enough bomb and enough iron and coal to spare. To maybe just kill Primadon. So after making our way there, we tried to cheese the big giant monkey, who wasn't having it and fade away a rock into my skull and ultimately stomped me into the place he wanted me to rock. I again had to leave the depths. Fortunately, this time it was also successful. So after making it back to try this over again, this time it worked. And after bombing the absolute mess out of this big giant monkey, I'm not racist, I promise. But after that, he said, "I'm done with your games. I'm returning to the sea." And we never saw him again, which means I failed. Now, with a boat of shame, we headed back to Songseeker, where a player tried to avoid walk us, but ultimately died like a failure he is. I'm so glad I'm boosted right now though, because if I wasn't, bro, I'd be destroyed in the stick. I'm just saying. But anyways, we headed back to the Etrian Luminate to try to do Duke a final time. And after putting that work in, well, she did, and after struggling, we got sent to the depths again. And as my concerns grew about surviving this time, she unfortunately did die. And yes, I know I could have waited the 8-minute timer, but I needed content. So I obviously tried to fight them as well. Oh. And died. I've come to an end after being corrupted on my head. The end of my life, one would say. And since I only had one life this time, after I died in the depths, I knew that this video was done. But I have a feeling that this burning feeling in my head won't rest even after I pass down my legacy for the next video.